What up guys, Nick here, and we're back with another video on the ultimate guide on how to play Survivor. Last video, we talked about Killer, which was the Demogorgon, on how he's supposed to be played, how I play him, the best perks he's supposed to use, and the best add-ons possible for you to use while in red ranks, or any other rank for a matter of fact. But this time we're going to be talking about Survivor and the best possible perks you can run while you're going into games that you're solo queuing in. Now you can use these with a team, but these are specifically you if you don't have a team and you're just going in blind without a teammate and you're just solo, you're by yourself, you don't depend on anyone, and when you do, you probably end up dying on hook and stuff like that, and these perks are gonna probably lessen you dying on hook and lessen from you dying from the killer because your teammates don't know how to do anything. So the perks that we're going to be using Kindred, Sprint Burst, Prove Thyself, and Iron Will. I'm going to be explaining each one of these perks, what they do, and why we're going to use them. The possibilities are endless with this because you can have people that are across the map see that nobody's going after you with Kindred, Prove Thyself finishing gens left and right, Sprint Burst being able to get away from the killer if you are in a dead zone, and Iron Will just to juke out the killer because they can't hear you. All these will be coming into consideration while going through each one of these perks. Now let's talk about Kindred. It unlocks the potential in one aura reading ability. While you're on the hook, all survivor auras are revealed to all survivors. If the killer is within the range of 8, which is yellow, 12, which is green, and 16, which is the purple meters, their aura will also be revealed to all survivors. While any survivor is on the hook, all survivor auras will be revealed to you if the killer is within the range of 8, 12, and 16 meters. Their aura will also be revealed to you. Now, it used to be where you were the only one that would be seen on the hook with Kindred, but now it's all the killers and all the survivors that get effect when hooked. Now, why do I run Kindred? Kindred is a perfect perk if you have teammates that are just scared to go for hooks. They don't want to take the 1-for-1, or they just think the killer's nearby camping you. Now, unfortunately, this does have a counter to it with some killers like Ghostface, Pig, Tier 1 Michael Myers. So if you do see a killer automatically disappear, it's either because they're still in Tier 1 or they've gone stealth or shroud. But most of the time you're going up against a killer that has a heartbeat, and a lot of times after you hook a survivor, the killer is still standing up, so you can see them for a split second with Kindred on where they're going to go to next. Also for Kindred, if you do not have Kindred, another alternative is use Bond. This is a perfect opportunity for you to see survivors where they're going to be at. If you see somebody going for the save, you can turn around and head back to a gen so you won't be wasting time off a gen. This is just another alternative just in case you don't have Kindred. Now, of course, you won't be able to see the killer when they're on the hook, but just in case you don't have Kindred, you can definitely run Bond to see if somebody's going for the save or not. And another downside to using Bond is that you are the only person that can see your teammates. They will not be able to see you, so you might be coming into situations where you're going to be the only one saving them, or you might actually have some teammates that have some big balls on them and want to go for the save, because a lot of times you have survivors that don't even go for the save. They don't want to go for one-on-one, all that sorts of stuff. Just be wary when using Bond. And the next perk that we're going to be using is Sprint Burst. You can use whatever exhaustion perk you want. I used to use Dead Hard, but we all know what Dead Hard is right now. Even when you do use it, sometimes the killer can still hit you. It's absolutely bugged, and that's why I think Sprint Burst at the moment is the best exhaustion perk to use to get away from a killer and just to get away from dead zones where gens are at. When starting to run, break into a sprint of 150% of your normal running speed for a maximum of 3 seconds. The exhausted status effect is for 60, 50, and 40 seconds, and you cannot use Sprint Burst when exhausted, so of course you'll have to wait and walk around most of the time. You can also 99 it if you want to save somebody from a hook and you want to save that Sprint Burst so you can get out of town once you unhook them. The next perk is Prove Thyself. Increases repair speed for all repairing survivors by 10% for each other survivor within the range of 4 meters. Gain 50, 75 to 100% more blood points for cooperative action. So this is a great point to use to get blood points, but also to get gens done quicker. Now this only works if you are working with a teammate or you're near a teammate. It won't work for you, but it will work for a teammate that you're near or on with a gen. Now Prove Thyself can definitely be taken out and used for decisive strike, but I find myself running around the killer a good amount of time, or I'm using Kindred, so there's really no point in using decisive. Now you may run into some situations where the killer is tunneling you, tough luck, it happens, just move on to the next game. But a lot of the times the killer won't chase after you, and you'll be able to finish gens before he's even able to kill you on hook. Next, I think it's absolute necessary that you run this perk on every build that you do. Every time I do not use Iron Will, it screws me over. But what does Iron Will do? Well, I'll explain. You're able to concentrate and enter a meditative-like state to numb to pain. So grunts of pain caused by injuries are reduced by 50%, 75%, and 100%. So you need to get the tier 3 perk to have the full effect. I mean, it still works for 50 to 75, but they'll still be able to hear you, but it will definitely come in handy when trying to run away from a killer or juke them out. But keep in mind, a lot of killers have been running Strider, which counters Iron Will. Survivors with grunts of pain are 25, 50% louder, and regular breathing is 0% to 25% louder. So if you come into a situation where you hear yourself grunting or breathing louder, it's because they're running Strider and there's really nothing you can do about it. But just be wary that that is a counter to Iron Will. But that is my build right there. Of course, I have many more, and if you guys want to see more, just let me know down in the comments. But I have a lot of combinations with builds that can definitely help you within red ranks or whatever rank you're in to actually become better at the game, or just help you not die from the killer. This is just one that you're jumping into solo queues, or you're getting tired of dying on hook, not finishing gens, and survivors not saving you. That's basically what this build is meant for. Also, I hope you guys enjoyed the new layout that I have for you guys, trying to make it look a little bit more professional, but at the same time make it make sense for you guys to understand what the perk is meant for and what I'm trying to get out of it. With that out of the way, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.